It's time we take back control of our own health care, including medications, procedures, tests, and doctor's appointments. My name is Vicki Capson, and I became a nurse more than 40 years ago. And for the last 15 years, I've been working with seniors. So you can see by the numbers, I am one of you. My plea to you is to take control of your health care. Because of Medicare, we don't always ask, how much will it cost? We tend to give the decisions about our care to doctors, nurses, clinics, even the receptionist at the front desk. Remember in The Wizard of Oz how Dorothy wanted to go home, the lion wanted courage, the scarecrow wanted a brain, and the Tin Man wanted a heart? They jumped through hoops and did crazy things that they were told just to get to the land of Oz to have their wishes granted by the great Dr. Oz. And what did they find when they got there? The great Oz was nothing more than a man. They really had the knowledge, the courage, the heart, and the ability to go home all the time. I'm afraid this is how we look at doctors, as the great Oz. We don't think we're smart enough to ask the right questions or to question at all. We don't have the courage to make our own decisions. We grew up in an era where doctors were revered and respected because of their knowledge and education. We didn't take the advantage of medical knowledge at our fingertips like the generations following us do. And so we're doing whatever we're told without even questioning if it's the outcome that we want or not for the quality of life we want. Let me ask you a question. When you go to the doctor, get a prescription for a new medication, or have a test or procedure done, who is benefiting most, you or the doctor? Think about that. Doctors, drug companies, medical equipment, they're all business. We are customers. But unlike other businesses, they tell us what we want and what we're going to get, partly because it's paid for by someone else. This practice is hurting you. How many of you have gone to the doctor with a problem, the great Dr. Oz, and nowadays it may even be an assistant who prescribes something? The medication may or may not help, but it causes another problem, so you go back. They give you another medication to help fix that problem caused by the first medication, and then you might even go to another doctor who doesn't know about the first medication, and you know what I mean. Do you have any idea how many seniors are taking medications that are doing more harm than good? How many seniors are having procedures done that are only being done so the doctor won't go get sued if he or she misses something? But the outcome doesn't help you at all. I'm going to tell you a personal story because it's way too common, and I've seen it happen over and over again. My mother was actually a pretty healthy 95-year-old, but like a lot of older citizens, she was seeing a few different doctors for a few different problems. They all seemed to think that she would get a little better if only she would take one more pill or have one more test. She was getting more and more disoriented. She was sleeping all the time. She was dying. My sisters and I put her on hospice, and they looked over her medications. They discontinued most of them. She stopped going to the doctor, and she stopped having tests. And guess what? She started to get better. Her mind cleared up. She was happier, more content, and more comfortable than she'd been in years. 6 months later, she graduated from hospice and had a few more good years. Was it a fluke? Maybe. Would this happen to everyone? Well, of course not. But I've seen it happen over and over again. Something happens, a person has the medications evaluated, they decide what they want to take medication for, and their life and their health improve dramatically. I challenge you, I beg you, have the courage to make the decisions about your health care that will give you the life that you want. Don't be afraid to ask questions and then say no if it's something you don't want, a test or a procedure or a new medication. Ask what other options there may be and see if it doesn't improve your life dramatically.